Hello, Spike here, and I know I've waited a long time for this. This is Disney Dare number 10, the last one that I'm doing. Yeah, I've waited like 2 months for this to come out, but because of school and other stuff I had to take care of, I had to delay it. But I finally got around to it, and we're ready to go. Now, in this one, you did not get a choice. Instead, what happened was, I went around the World Showcase where we had some actors out. They're doing a play, and I had challenged myself not to laugh during the show. We're going to do two parts here. One of them was from Italy, and the other one was from the United Kingdom. We're going to start with the one from Italy first. So, before I start, here are the rules. Now, we're going to be counting the laughs that are coming from the video, but we're going to count it from here too, because I have a judge in the corner. And if either in the video or here that she catches me laughing, I'm going to be punished. So, let's go and get started here. This first one is from Italy.
Alright, now we're going to get the show on the road. So what we're going to do is make a match. So everyone put your hands in the pre-clappatory position. That's the post-clappatory position. And on the count of three, I want you to scream, clap, and go absolutely crazy. Are you ready? Say oh yes.
Oh yes.
Are you excited? Say oh yes.
Oh yes.
On the count of three, let's go absolutely mental. One, don't hold back. Two, give it all you got. Three, go crazy!
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are the World Showcase players and we are pleased, proud and privileged to perform this wonderful story that we call Romeo and Edna. Now our story took place long ago in a fair city of Verona, Italy. Everyone say, Verona!
Verona!
This lovely little town of Verona was actually sharply divided right down the middle. Oh, there was a bit of feud between two families over here to the right, led by Pauline as the family were upon the mere mention of their name. They would scream, shout and cheer. They were the family Montague! Now here to the left, led by Sarah's, the equally as loud, caffeine crazed, capricious Capulets! Now from the Montagues! Came the hero of our story. He was a young man he was 16. His name was Romeo. He was adventurous, rebellious, handsome, daring. Hero of our story. He was a young man he was 16. His name was Romeo. He was adventurous, rebellious, handsome, daring, debonair.
And how old was he?
16.
16, will you settle for close?
Close to 16.
He's close to me, look, he's right here.
It's Romeo.
He's not 16. He's been 16 a couple of times. Well, I'm on the other side of town with an extraordinary woman with an extraordinary name.
And her name was?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. It's Lady. It's Romeo.
He's not 16. He's been 16. Well, I'm on the other side of town with an extraordinary name.
And her name was?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. It's Lady Edna.
Poke everyone in the face.
Now stop that.
All right, what does she look like?
Lady Edna.
I'm going to poke everyone in the face.
Now stop that.
All right, what does she look
It's
like?
Lady Edna. She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
She's chaste.
By all the men around Verona.
Yes, I know.
It's Lady Edna.
It's Edna. Here she is, Miss Verona. Now it just so happened that these crazy kids had never met. However, both families were attending the same dance at the old Verona gym. And at this dance, Romeo and Edna, they turned, they faced one another. Their eyes met. They fell instantly and irreversibly in love. They ran into each other's arms and they embraced, but they did it in slow motion. La 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 la. Little song, there we go. Just shake hands, then would be perfect. There they stood gazing at each other, their eyes were twinkling, their hearts were racing, and their lips were quivering. Been a long time, eh, mate? When the family saw the children falling in love, they were in shock. They all shook their fingers at those children and they all said, "Hey, you two!
Hey, you two!
Stop doing that!
Stop doing that!
Go to your rooms!"
Go to your room!
But wait, they're teenagers, remember?
Yes.
They're not going to listen to their families now. While no one was looking, they snuck out on the dance hall. They ran down to the town square.
It's that one right there.
Right over there. Edna, she looked at Romeo. She said, "Oh, Romeo,
Oh, Romeo.
I should rather die
I should rather die
than be apart from you.
than be apart from you.
My little squishy tush." What are you doing, Polly?
Just making sure we got the right guy.
Stop that. Well, Romeo, although he was a young man, he was a smart man. He said, "Hey, Edna, baby. Hey, Edna, baby. Why don't we fake our deaths? Why don't we fake our deaths?
Why don't we fake our death?
Then both families will leave us alone.
Both families will leave us alone.
Forever
Forever!
and ever." Well, now the plan was set into action. At this point, Romeo Montague and Edna Capulet, they did indeed proceed to fake their deaths. And they did so by simply lying down upon the pre-drawn chalk lines. And magically appeared courtesy CSI Verona, yes. Simply lying down upon the pre-drawn chalk lines. And magically appeared courtesy CSI Verona, yes, right there in the shady bit. There they go. And then they died right there in the shady bit. There they go. And then they died a mournful death.
All right,
Right
have a
there.
death.
Lots of wailing and
Yeah, you gotta
moaning.
die. Come on, Romeo.
He's trying to die within the lines.
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Hey! Romeo! Sunny side up, baby. Romeo! Sunny side up, Thank us later when you see the picture.
There they were with their eyes rolled back and their heads and mouths agape, tongues hanging out, drool running down the side of the face. Hey lady, I bet you never thought you'd be doing this in the middle of Epcot.
It's not this early.
I bet you never thought you'd be doing this in the middle of Epcot.
It's not this early.
Luckily for everyone, night passed quickly.
But in the morning, both families awoke and they realised their darling children were missing. They ran down to town square where they saw this grisly scene. Nobody cares. No, they don't. They care. Nobody cares. No, they don't. They care. The families were so in grief. The families were so in grief. They all raised their fists and shook them at the uncaring heavens, and they screamed out, "Why?
Why?
Why? Why didn't I go to Blizzard Beach? It's so cool and
Get
they're
over
on
here.
the slide."
Well, Romeo and Edna not really being deceased. They did something Shakespeare never contemplated. They leapt to their feet. Leap!
All right, get
Well, this
dressed,
was obviously in
ladies.
slow motion as well, I guess.
All right, get dressed, ladies.
They stood over here.
There you go.
They stood over here in front of the families. Families seeing the children pop up in front of them, whom they thought were dead, were once again in shock. They all shouted, "You're alive! You're alive!
You're alive! You're alive!
Romeo then jumped up and down and said, "We know! We know!" It was at this point both families realized how silly the feud was. They ended the feud. They called off the hatred by saying those famous Shakespearean words. Feud's over!
Feud's over!
Which meant that Romeo and Edna could get married, which meant there was going to be a wedding. And we all know what that means.
Open bar!
That's right! Well, with a wedding and a promise of an open bar, Romeo, Edna, and all of Verona could all live.
Happily ever after.
How did you know? How about a hand for the two stars of the show? Give them a round of applause.
Right, so that was part one. Alright, so we'll switch over to the next video for part two.